It's 6:20 in the morning on the 1st of August, 2025. Bridget Pelletier stirs in her Englewood, Florida, vacation home, reaching for her phone. Her heart stops as she sees a text from her son, Giovanni, sent at 1:51. Mom, help. Panic surges as she scrolls to find missed calls and a FaceTime attempt. The messages, sent just hours earlier, scream urgency. Giovanni, her 18-year-old son, was picked up by cousins around 1:30 that morning. Now, his pleas for help echo in Bridget's mind unanswered. She dials his number, but there's only silence. The chilling realization hits: Giovanni is gone. His phone and backpack, later found abandoned on a lonely Manatee County road, offer no answers. What happened in those dark hours? Why did her son, so full of life, send such a desperate cry? Welcome to Explosive True Crime Stories, where we unravel mysteries that grip your soul. Today, we'd be diving into the chilling disappearance of Giovanni Pelletier, an 18-year-old from North Carolina. Just 1 week ago, he vanished during a family trip to Florida, leaving only questions behind. Giovanni traveled to Englewood in late July, 2025, with his mother, Bridget, her fiancé, and his 4 siblings. He was eager to connect with his father's relatives, a side of his heritage he barely knew. But that night, something went horribly wrong. After cousins picked him up at 1:30 in the morning, Giovanni's desperate texts began. By dawn, he was gone, his belongings discarded on a remote road. What secrets do those cousins hold? Why has the search stalled? This is a story of trust, fear, and a mother's relentless fight. What would you do if your child sent you a desperate plea for help and then vanished? Stick with us to uncover the truth behind Giovanni's haunting disappearance, a mystery that demands answers. Giovanni Pelletier wasn't just any teen. He had a heart of gold. At 18, he was a protector, always watching over his 4 younger siblings, especially his brother with autism. His mother, Bridget, calls him a light who impacts everyone he meets. His quest to know his father's family sparked this tragic mystery. Now his chilling "Mom, help" text haunts us all. What happened on that dark Florida road? Join us as we dig deeper into this unnerving case on Explosive True Crime Stories. If Giovanni's story sends shivers down your spine, hit that like button and drop your thoughts in the comments. What do you think happened to him? Share this video to spread his story, and stay tuned for answers. This tale of love and loss will grip you. Subscribe now to follow Giovanni's case and more heart-pounding stories. Let's uncover the truth together. Giovanni Pelletier grew up in North Carolina, far from his Florida roots. At 18, he was curious about his African-American heritage, tied to his father, whom he barely knew. After his parents parted when he was 4, his mother, Bridget, raised him and his 4 siblings alone. This longing for connection wasn't new. It grew stronger as Giovanni matured. Turning 18 in April 2025 sparked a desire to explore his identity. He wanted to understand the culture and stories of his father's family, something his Italian Puerto Rican mother couldn't fully provide. Giovanni's curiosity led him to a text group chat with his paternal cousins. Their messages promised a bond he craved, a chance to bridge the gap in his history. He dreamed of stories, laughter, and shared roots, unaware of the darkness that awaited. Bridget saw his excitement and supported his quest, despite her own uncertainties. Giovanni's yearning for connection was pure, but would it lead him into danger? His journey was just beginning, and the stakes were higher than anyone imagined. In late July 2025, Giovanni joined his family for a trip to Englewood, Florida. The purpose was to visit a relative undergoing chemotherapy, but for Giovanni, it was a chance to meet his father's kin. His excitement was palpable, a spark in his warm brown eyes. Bridget, his mother, watched him plan with enthusiasm, texting cousins he'd never met in person. Giovanni, always a protector, looked out for his 4 younger siblings during the journey. His brother with autism leaned on him, and Giovanni never wavered. Described as having a heart of gold, Giovanni's kindness touched everyone. "He's the kind of kid who impacts lives," Bridget said, her voice full of pride. His laughter filled their temporary home, a promise of new bonds forming. This trip was more than a vacation. It was Giovanni's chance to weave his past into his future. But as he prepared to meet his cousins, a shadow loomed. Could his trusting nature have blinded him to risks? The stage was set for a tragedy no one saw coming. Bridget Pelletier, at 34, trusted her son Giovanni implicitly. His maturity, shown in caring for his siblings, gave her confidence in his choices. Yet, letting him meet unfamiliar cousins stirred unease in her heart. These relatives, from his father's side, were strangers to Bridget. Giovanni's eagerness to connect with them clashed with her protective instincts. "I had reservations," she admitted, but his joy won her over. She believed in his judgment, hoping this trip would fulfill his longing for family ties. The decision felt right, yet a quiet fear lingered. What if these cousins weren't what they seemed? The emotional stakes were high for Bridget, a single mother of 5, studying for a pharmacy exam. Giovanni was her rock, her eldest, her light. Allowing him this freedom was an act of love, but it set a chain of events in motion. Would her trust lead to heartbreak? The answer lay in the dark hours ahead, where Giovanni's quest for connection turned into a mother's worst nightmare. On the night of July 31st, 2025, Giovanni Pelletier stood outside his family's Englewood, Florida, vacation home. At 1:30 in the morning, 3 cousins from his father's side pulled up in a car, ready to take him to Mims. Giovanni, eager to bond, climbed in with a smile, unaware of the darkness ahead. Bridget, his mother, was asleep, exhausted from studying for a pharmacy exam. Her fiancé, Jeremy Brown, waved Giovanni off, trusting the 18-year-old's judgment. The night was quiet, but tension hung in the air like a storm waiting to break. Just 30 minutes later, at 1:51, Giovanni's phone sent a chilling message to Bridget. "Mom, help." Another text followed, desperate and urgent, but she didn't see them. The car sped north on Interstate 75, carrying Giovanni toward an unknown fate. What happened in those fleeting minutes? Why did Giovanni, so full of hope, send such a frantic plea? The cousins, strangers to his daily life, held the answers, but their silence would soon deepen the mystery. The night was young, and the truth was slipping away. At 1:56 in the morning on August 1st, 2025, Giovanni tried calling his mother, Bridget, but she slept through the ring. A minute later, he attempted a FaceTime call, his desperation growing. When she didn't answer, he texted her sister and his father, pleading for help. The calls went unanswered, lost in the quiet of the night. Giovanni's messages hung in the digital void, unheard by those he trusted most. What fear drove him to reach out so frantically?
A family vacation turns into a search here in Central Florida. This 18-year-old boy was last seen on Friday right before he went to visit family in Brevard County. And Fox 35's Esther Bauer is hearing from his family.
This 18-year-old has been missing since early Friday morning, and Giovanni Pelletier's family is spreading their search to the Space Coast.
We've been searching for like 3 days in Bradenton County and stuff like that, and we haven't found anything, so we're just pretty much searching literally where we can.
The Charlotte County Sheriff's Office says Giovanni was vacationing with his family in Englewood before leaving around 1:30 in the morning on Friday to visit more family in Brevard County. Investigators say he was traveling north on I-75 with his cousins, who told detectives Giovanni suddenly began to act erratically before getting out of the car and walking away near State Road 70 in Manatee County.
We don't know anything. Only thing we know is that they said they dropped him off on the road.
Giovanni doesn't live in Florida and is from North Carolina. News of his disappearance is spreading like wildfire on social media, and tips are pouring in.
We had just got a bunch of anonymous tips to check this road.
That's why this search party set out on Hammock Road in Mims, searching for signs.
My cousin Giovanni was missing for almost 4 days now, and we just want him to come home.
All of these vehicles lining the road were full of friends, family, and volunteers who came out here on Monday morning, doing whatever they could to help try and find this missing young man.
I'm super grateful for all the help.
His cousins are thankful for community support, but very concerned.
He didn't leave on his own. He would have been called his mom.
Do you think he was harmed?
I don't know. I don't want to answer that one.
Brevard County deputies were also on scene and spoke with the family during the search. If you know anything about what could have happened to Giovanni, please call 941-639-2101. Reporting in Mims, Esther Bauer, Fox 35 News.
So I just met Giovanni's cousins here on Hammock Road in Mims. They tell me Mims is where Giovanni was driving to. Guys, you've got to be holding on to a lot of hope right now, I imagine.
Yeah, we know how a lot of these cases turn out. We just hoping for the best. Bring him home safely.
All right, and is it believed that he could be somewhere in this area?
This is a very rural area, so we're just crossing all the T's and dotting all the I's.
So what do you guys do from here the rest of today?
Hope for the best, pray.
Do everything that we can in order to make sure we have some answers and bring him back home.
So as I'm driving on Hammock Road, I'm finding more people in the community just volunteering, looking for any sign of Giovanni. And one of those people who's helping in her own way is Belinda, who's passing out water.
Would you like a cold water?
Belinda, how does this story touch you?
We all have children. I read the article and I actually cried. And I just want to be able to help.
And I'm sure Giovanni's family is going to be very appreciative of what you're doing. What's your message to them right now as they try to stay hopeful?
We're here for you and we're praying for you. If you need something, just let me know.
Developing tonight, questions and concern after the disappearance of a teenager. Giovanni Pelletier was last seen in Manatee County during a visit with family 1 week ago. And 10 Tampa Bay News reporter Miguel Octavio joins us live from where search teams looked for days. Miguel, a body was found there just hours ago.
Dave, hours ago, investigators found the body that is believed to be a man in a retention pond. It was found not far from here. It's also the same area where Giovanni Pelletier was last seen 1 week ago.
Hours ago, lines of first responders packed this exit ramp off State Road 70 in Bradenton. A crime scene investigations vehicle and members of the dive team were here. This comes as the search for 18-year-old Giovanni Pelletier went on for days with help from the nonprofit We Are the Essentials.
Well, the problem with the search area is that it goes from here all the way back to Mims, Florida.
The family of Giovanni says he was in the area to visit his dad's side of the family. After being picked up by his cousins in Charlotte County, his mom says she got a chilling text message just before 2 in the morning.
It's kind of chilling. Mom, help.
Deputies say Giovanni and his cousins headed north on I-75 when the cousins state he, quote, suddenly began to act erratically, left the car and walked off. His mom has been worried since.
She is out every day until dark with her feet on the ground, searching everywhere she can think of. She is strong, she's determined. This is her child, this is her baby. And she's going to go to the ends of the earth to find him and get answers, and she's not going to quit.
Multiple law enforcement agencies have since been involved with the hope of returning Giovanni, described as smart, kind, and full of life, home safely.
Now, we also heard from Giovanni's mom, who told People magazine that they've been trying to call him, reach him through FaceTime as well, but they ended up finding his phone and his backpack near where he was last seen. Dave.
Boy, this has been agonizing for the family, Miguel. The Manatee County Sheriff's Office released some details about the body found in the area.
Yeah, they are conducting a death investigation. They cannot confirm if this is tied to Giovanni Pelletier, only that the body they found is confirmed or likely suspected to be a male. We did get an update from the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office. They say in their search they've used live scents, canines, and also aviation units. Anyone with information is still encouraged to reach out to law enforcement. Reporting live from Bradenton, Miguel Octavio, 10 Tampa Bay News.
All right.
Around 2:20. One cousin called Bridget, leaving a brief, vague message. No details, no urgency. Just a single attempt before silence. Bridget, still asleep, wouldn't see these cries for help until 6:20, when the weight of them would shatter her world. Why didn't the cousin call again or return to the house? What was happening in that car as it sped through Florida's dark highways? The lack of follow-up deepened the mystery, hinting at secrets yet to be uncovered. Giovanni's voice was fading, and the truth was slipping further into the shadows. Later, the cousins claimed Giovanni acted strangely after smoking marijuana that night. They said he panicked, cursed at them, and pulled a knife near State Road 70 in Manatee County. They allegedly wrestled it away, and Giovanni fled into the darkness. Bridget disputes this, insisting her 18-year-old son's character wouldn't allow such actions. The cousin's story, echoed by the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office, feels shaky. Why would Giovanni, outnumbered, draw a weapon unless threatened? Their account raises more questions than answers. The grandfather's voicemail mentioned a vague altercation, claiming the cousins left Giovanni on the road. Yet, no one returned to check on him or contacted Bridget again. Why the silence? Giovanni's phone and backpack, found abandoned nearby, deepen the doubt. Would he leave his belongings willingly? The cousin's tale of erratic behavior doesn't align with the boy Bridget knew. What really happened on that highway? The inconsistencies pile up, casting a shadow of suspicion over the night Giovanni vanished. On August 1st, 2025, at 6:20 in the morning, Bridget Pelletier woke to a nightmare. Her phone revealed missed texts from her son Giovanni, sent at 1:51. Mom, help. 2 unanswered calls and a FaceTime attempt deepened her dread. Heart pounding, Bridget dialed Giovanni's number, but silence greeted her. The 18-year-old's desperate pleas, sent hours earlier, echoed in her mind. She realized he'd also texted her sister and his father, begging for rescue. Frantic, Bridget turned to the GPS data on Giovanni's phone, a lifeline to her son. The signal pointed to a remote stretch of road in Manatee County, far from their Englewood vacation home. She raced out, driven by a mother's unyielding love. The weight of those missed messages crushed her. Why hadn't she woken up? What danger had Giovanni faced in the dark? Her anguish fueled her determination, but the road ahead held only more questions. Bridget's search for her son was just beginning, and time was slipping away. Following the GPS signal on August 1st, 2025, Bridget reached a desolate Manatee County road. There, she found Giovanni's phone and backpack, discarded like relics of a life interrupted. He'd never leave these, she whispered, her heart sinking deeper. She called the cousin who'd contacted her at 2:20 that morning. He claimed Giovanni smoked marijuana, panicked, and fled after a roadside scuffle. His story felt hollow, lacking detail or concern. Bridget then heard the grandfather's voicemail, vaguely mentioning an altercation and Giovanni being left behind. Neither he nor the cousins offered to help search or explain further. Their silence stung like a betrayal, amplifying her anguish. Why hadn't they returned to check on Giovanni? Why no follow-up calls? Bridget's trust in these relatives crumbled as she stood alone, clutching her son's belongings. The road stretched empty before her, a cruel symbol of her growing despair. Each unanswered question tightened the knot of fear. Where was her 18-year-old son, and what weren't they telling her? Bridget rallied volunteers, including family like Morgan Hull, to search Manatee and Brevard counties. Using ATVs and drones, they scoured Hammock Road after a tip, but found nothing. Her determination burned fierce, fueled by love for her 18-year-old son. The Charlotte County Sheriff's Office offered little help, citing Giovanni's age. Bridget's frustration grew. Her son's cries for help deserved more. She clung to hope, vowing to never stop searching. Have you ever felt helpless in a crisis? How far would you go to find someone you love? Drop your thoughts in the comments. What do you think happened to Giovanni? Share this video to spread his story. Every view could bring answers. Bridget's anguish is a mother's worst fear, yet her strength inspires. Giovanni's absence left a void, but the search continues. Join us as we uncover more in this chilling tale and help bring Giovanni home. What happened to Giovanni Pelletier on August 1st, 2025? His chilling mom help text suggests danger, but the truth remains elusive. Let's explore the possible causes behind his disappearance, each a thread in this tangled mystery. Foul play looms large. Could the cousins know more than they've shared? Their silence and Giovanni's abandoned belongings hint at something sinister. Or was it a misunderstanding, a clash that spiraled out of control? Mental distress is another possibility. The cousins claim Giovanni acted erratically, perhaps triggered by an unfamiliar setting or stress. But Bridget insists her 18-year-old son was steady, not prone to such behavior. Each theory, foul play, distress, or misunderstanding, raises questions. Why did Giovanni flee if he did? What drove his desperate pleas? As we unravel the cousin's story and the sheriff's response, the inconsistencies pile up, urging us to dig deeper into this haunting case. What happened to Giovanni Pelletier on August 1st, 2025? His chilling "Mom help" text suggests danger, but the truth remains elusive. Let's explore the possible causes behind his disappearance, each a thread in this tangled mystery. Foul play looms large. Could the cousins know more than they've shared? Their silence and Giovanni's abandoned belongings hint at something sinister. Or was it a misunderstanding, a clash that spiraled out of control? Mental distress is another possibility. The cousins claim Giovanni acted erratically, perhaps triggered by an unfamiliar setting or stress. But Bridget insists her 18-year-old son was steady, not prone to such behavior. Each theory, foul play, distress, or misunderstanding, raises questions. Why did Giovanni flee if he did? What drove his desperate pleas? As we unravel the cousin's story and the sheriff's response, the inconsistencies pile up, urging us to dig deeper into this haunting case. The cousin's account of August 1st, 2025, raises red flags. They claim Giovanni, after smoking marijuana, cursed and pulled a knife near State Road 70. They say they disarmed him, and he ran off. But Bridget calls this story absurd. Her 18-year-old son, known for his calm demeanor, wouldn't lash out unprovoked, she argues. Why would Giovanni, outnumbered 3-1, draw a weapon unless he felt threatened? The cousin's tale feels rehearsed, lacking the weight of truth. Bridget's suspicions grow from their vague details and single phone call at 2:20. No follow-up, no concern. Why? Their silence suggests they're hiding something, perhaps a darker truth about that night. Inconsistencies pile up. The grandfather's voicemail vaguely echoed an altercation, yet offered no clarity. Did the cousins abandon Giovanni? Or worse, their story crumbles under scrutiny, urging us to question what really happened in that car. The cousins claimed marijuana triggered Giovanni's erratic behavior on August 1st, 2025. Could cannabis cause such panic in an 18-year-old, leading him to curse and wield a knife? While marijuana can spark anxiety, this reaction feels extreme for Giovanni's steady character. Bridget insists her son wasn't reckless. The cousin's story strains belief. If Giovanni felt unsafe, outnumbered in a car with strangers, his actions might reflect fear, not aggression. Yet, why no mention of trying to calm him? Their lack of follow-up is a glaring red flag. After leaving Giovanni on State Road 70, they didn't call Bridget again or join the search. Normal concern would prompt action, checking on him, alerting family, but their silence speaks volumes. This inconsistency fuels doubt. Did marijuana play a role, or is it a convenient excuse? The cousin's failure to act suggests they're withholding key details, deepening the mystery of Giovanni's fate. The Charlotte County Sheriff's Office response to Giovanni's disappearance on August 1st, 2025, frustrates Bridget. They stated Giovanni, an 18-year-old, walked away near State Road 70, implying he left voluntarily. But his "mom help" text suggests otherwise. Why the lack of urgency? Giovanni's age likely downplayed the case. Adult missing persons cases often receive less attention, as authorities assume agency, unlike with minors. Bridget believes a younger child would have prompted a stronger effort. Lingering questions haunt this case. Why haven't the cousins cooperated fully? Could Giovanni's abandoned phone and backpack point to foul play? The sheriff's vague statement leaves gaps. Where is the thorough investigation? These red flags demand answers. Was Giovanni in distress, coerced, or worse? The mystery persists, urging us to question what's hidden in the shadows of that fateful night. Giovanni's story on August 1st, 2025, teaches us vital safety lessons. Reconnecting with estranged family, like Giovanni did with his cousins, requires caution. Always meet in public places during daylight hours to ensure safety. Share your location with a trusted person using apps like Find My iPhone. Giovanni's desperate texts went unanswered, showing the need for real-time check-ins. Agree on regular updates with family or friends when meeting new relatives. Before leaving, verify details about who you're meeting. Bridget didn't know the cousins, which left her uneasy. Ask for names, contact information, and plans to build trust and accountability. Set boundaries and plan an exit strategy. If Giovanni had a way to leave safely, his story might be different. Carry a charged phone and emergency contacts to stay connected, protecting yourself from unforeseen risks. Recognizing danger signs can save lives, as Giovanni's case on August 1st, 2025 shows. His mom help text suggests he sensed trouble with his cousins. Watch for sudden changes in behavior, like unease or aggression, in unfamiliar settings. Trust your instincts, as Bridget wished she had. Her reservations about the cousins were a warning she didn't fully heed. If something feels off, whether it's a strange vibe or evasive answers, act swiftly, like leaving or calling for help. Discuss safety with teens, especially about substances. The cousins claimed marijuana sparked Giovanni's panic, but his distress likely stemmed from fear. Teach young adults to avoid substances with unfamiliar people to stay alert. Stay connected during outings. Giovanni tried contacting multiple family members, but no one answered. Ensure someone is always available to respond, keeping lines of communication open to prevent isolation in a crisis. Advocating for missing persons is critical, as Bridget learned after Giovanni vanished on August 1st, 2025. If someone disappears, contact police immediately, even if they're an adult like 18-year-old Giovanni. Persistence can push authorities to act faster. Law enforcement often prioritizes minors, assuming adults leave willingly. Bridget felt the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office downplayed her son's case due to his age. Demand thorough investigations, providing evidence like Giovanni's desperate texts to challenge assumptions. Raise awareness to keep cases alive. Bridget's GoFundMe and a $10,000 reward aim to find Giovanni. Share stories on social media or with local news to amplify the search, as every tip counts. Stay proactive, support organizations aiding missing persons, and learn your rights. Giovanni's story shows how advocacy can pressure authorities, ensuring no one is forgotten in the shadows of a crisis. 1 week after Giovanni Pelletier vanished on August 1st, 2025, the search presses on. Volunteers scour Manatee and Brevard counties, chasing every lead, from Hammock Road to Interstate 75. Yet, the 18-year-old remains a ghost in the Florida heat. Bridget, his mother, refuses to waver. "My son knows I'd burn this world down to find him," she vows, her voice fierce with love. A $10,000 reward fuels hope for answers. The cousin's silence and the sheriff's muted response deepen the mystery. Each day without Giovanni tightens the grip of fear, but Bridget's resolve shines brighter. Her fight is a beacon, urging us to keep his name alive. Giovanni Pelletier, only 18, left a mark on everyone he met. His heart of gold shone through, protecting his siblings, especially his brother with autism. His absence since August 1st, 2025, leaves a void that aches. A GoFundMe campaign fuels the search, rallying support for volunteers and resources. Every dollar keeps hope alive, but the mystery of Giovanni's fate lingers. What happened on that dark highway? His story grips us, a chilling tale of trust and loss. The unanswered questions about the cousins, the abandoned phone, keep suspense tight. Giovanni's impact drives the fight to find him, urging us to hold on. As of August 8th, 2025, Giovanni Pelletier's fate remains unknown. Could you help bring Giovanni home? If you have information, call the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office at 941-639-2101. Every tip could break this case. Check the GoFundMe link in the description to support the search for this 18-year-old. Share this video to spread Giovanni's story. Your view might reach the right person. Drop your theories in the comments. What happened that night? Thank you for joining Explosive True Crime Stories. If this chilling tale gripped you, hit like, comment, and subscribe for more heart-pounding cases. Together, we can keep Giovanni's name alive. This mystery demands justice. Let's unite to find answers for Bridget and her son. Stay tuned for more stories that shake you to the core.